Hey, what's up, everybody? Today, we're going to talk about the offensive linemen in this draft. Players to watch. This is by far one of the weakest offensive line draft classes in recent years. And it's a good thing. You know, the Cowboys have built their offensive line with high picks, and they've had success. All right, but okay, so the question is this. Do the Cowboys need a draft an offensive lineman in this draft, and do they need to do it early? All right, so this is somewhat serious because there's a possibility that Doug Free could retire. He's still thinking what he may do. Either way, we're going to need some depth and possibly somebody for the future. So this is getting serious. That means cap mode, okay? So we're talking offensive linemen for the draft. There aren't that many. I only went through 3 rounds here of picks that I think are worthy of us using a draft pick, okay? Obviously, there's more than 3 rounds worth of draft picks, but you know, on everything that I had studied, and the amount of picks that we have, I only saw 3 rounds worth of only a handful of players that could come in here and be an impact for the Cowboys. So let's go ahead and go through this list, okay? All right, let's start with the first round. I only have one guy in the first round that is for sure a first round pick, and even then, I'm not sure how high he'll go. But of course, the way the NFL operates, some of these guys, they may get overdrafted because this is a premium position, offensive tackle. You gotta have premium tackles to offset the premium defensive ends. Those are the guys that everybody wants. All right, so some of these guys, they will get picked up higher than projected. But my first guy, Ryan Ramczyk, okay, offensive tackle out of Wisconsin, 6'6", 310. He's probably the best in the class. He's athletic, versatile, and has the zone blocking that Wisconsin does. So if available, this guy, you can plug him in here. Put him in at right tackle, and let's go to work and beat people up. Let's bludgeon people, okay? You never know what the Cowboys may do. Would you be mad if we took an offensive lineman in the first round? Let me know what you guys think, because you know you never know. You just never know how the Cowboys are gonna do this draft. But he's my number 1 pick there, Ryan Ramczyk. All right, so guys that I consider in the first and second round talents: Cam Robinson, offensive tackle, Alabama, 6'6", 322. This is a big guy. He's athletic for the size, but he does struggle with some of the speed rush and guys that have bend. So, but he does have upside. So, a good talent there, but he still has some work to do. All right. The next guy I have, Garrett Bowles, offensive tackle, Utah, 6'5", 297. Plays aggressive, and he'll play nasty there. So he'll give your offensive line some grit, and he'll lift that offensive line up and give it some swagger, I guess you could say. So the next guy I have is Forrest Lamp, offensive guard, Western Kentucky, 6'4", 309. This guy was a 4-year starter at offensive tackle. But his style and frame, you know, he's being more projected as an offensive guard, which I agree with. He looks like he'll at the next level, he'll be an offensive guard, kind of similar to what they did with Zach Martin. But he's not going to be a Zach Martin, obviously. And there's only one Zach Martin in this league, and we have him, okay? But the comparisons will be there for him. Okay, Dan Feeney, offensive guard, Indiana, 6'4", 305. He's a zone blocking ace as well. Pass protection needs work, though. It's one thing I saw in his some of his games. But overall, he could go in the first or second round, all right? Some second round guys. Deion Dawkins, offensive guard, Temple, 6'4", 314. He's a mauler, plays mean, powerful, and he comes from the zone scheme as well. So we're going through these. All these guys here have the zone scheme in their background, which bodes well for the Cowboys. All right, so the other guy I have here, Taylor Moton, offensive tackle, Western Michigan, 6'5", 319. He's got experience, 4-year starter, massive guy, versatile, but again, he's going to be like for a snap. He's probably better suited for the guard position. You know, there's a lot of guards, tackles that could be guards. These are guys that could give the Cowboys some versatility, what they're looking for. They're talking about moving Lyle to right tackle, and that may still be the plan for next year. You just don't know. Either this year or next year, you know, there could be guard or tackle could be in play for the Cowboys this year. All right, so keep an eye on him. Ethan Posick, he's a center from LSU, 6'6", 310. I have him here as a Swiss Army versatility guy. He can play any position across the line, so this makes him a commodity. Give the Cowboys center depth. And in the third round, I have Adam Bisnoati, offensive tackle, Pittsburgh, 6'6", 304. He's got some medicals you're going to have to look at here at the combine, which they're going over right now. Tough guy, 4-year player, obviously, athletic. He was a left tackle at Pitt, but he's probably going to be bounced out to the right side. I think he'll be better suited there. So again, this guy, he can end up being somebody for the Cowboys, something that they want to look at. They got to get past those medicals and see what's going on with that. All right, so these are the offensive linemen that I think are worthy of a pick, especially earlier on in the draft. Outside of this, slim pickings, okay? Unless you find yourself a gem in a later round guy, and you know, there very well could be, but right now, the consensus is, and I have to agree, that this offensive line draft class is rather weak, okay? So we'll see what the Cowboys do here, if they use another high pick and bolster that offensive line. We'll see if they go that route. But obviously, all of us believe that we need defense. So we'll see what they do. All right. So let me know what you guys think of these players. And if there's any other players here that you think the Cowboys could benefit from drafting in a 4th round or later, or anybody that you think that is worthy of a pick in these early rounds, let me know in the comments, okay? I really appreciate all you guys' feedback and putting some other names out there that haven't been in my list. I definitely check these guys out that you put there. I do appreciate it very much. So that's it for now, guys. So my last video, I'll come out here after this. We'll be covering defensive tackles. As you know, the Cowboys, they're not big in drafting defensive tackles early on. We haven't used a 1st round pick since Russell Maryland in 1991. I think that trend will continue. But there are a few guys here that the Cowboys could take a look at. So I'll have that video here the next day, and we'll take a look at those guys. All right. So thanks, everybody.